Technology has become an important part of our lives. We use it every day. We almost can't do without it. But do you ever stop to ask, why has technology evolved so fast? Kwa miaka 20 pekee, mambo mengi sana yamebadilika kusaidia teknolojia. I mean, when I was a kid, people were still using landlines and telephones to communicate. 20 plus years later, almost everyone uses a smartphone to chat. Today, you can even chat with advanced chatbots like ChatGPT, which seem to know everything. It's almost like technology is growing faster than we are, and I think that's exactly what's happening. Technology evolves so fast that it is always met with skepticism. Imagine if only 2 years ago someone told you that there will be a tool like ChatGPT that can write essays on any topic and even code an entire website. You'd be like, no way, these only stories are Java. It would be difficult to conceive the idea, but no, that's the reality we live in. Usually, many people are skeptical about new technologies until it arrives and begins disrupting industries. Many have lost their jobs because of technology. Others have gained a lot from new technologies, and this will continue to happen. So, how do we keep up with the fast pace of technology? How can we look past the skepticism and prepare for what's coming? Today, let's talk about the laws of computing and technology. The laws of computing and technology attempt to predict how technology advances with time. These laws are drawn from observations based on real-world data. There are several laws of computing and technology which have made accurate predictions, and they are used as guiding principles by big organizations like banks to prepare for changes in technology. The most popular example is Moore's Law. Moore's Law was formulated in 1965 by the CEO of Intel at the time. This law states that the number of transistors on a chip will double every 2 years, even as the prices continue to go down. The exponential increase in the number of transistors on a chip predicted by Moore's law has played out over the years, and this is what is responsible for the rapid advancement of computing. It is the reason why smartphones have evolved so rapidly while becoming cheaper. Siku hizi, kama umekaa na simu miaka 3, hiyo ishaanza kupitwa na wakati. That's because of Moore's law. Another law you may be familiar with is Metcalfe's law. This law states that the value of a network is directly proportional to the square of number of its users. This law applies to not only the growth of telecommunication networks like Safaricom, but also the growth of social media networks like Facebook. The next one is Amara's law. Amara's law states that we tend to overestimate the effect of a technology in the short run while underestimating its effects in the long run. Amara's law explains the hype cycle which every technology goes through. Kwa mfano, wakati ChatGPT ilitoka, kila mtu alikuwa anaongelelea. Baada ya miezi chache, watu wengi wamesahau na hadi wakaacha kutumia. This law reminds us to think about the long-term implications of a technology. Another interesting law of computing is Watt's law. Now, there's this notion that if you took your phone to the 1960s, you will have more computing power than the whole world at the time. Technically, it's true, but here's the catch. Computers in the 1960s with a mere 256 kilobytes of memory were used to run computational fluid dynamics, CFD, which is important for designing airplanes. But that phone you have there, with probably a whole 6 GB of RAM, has no way of performing CFD. That is because it is loaded with complex software to support a variety of applications while maintaining a simple user interface for the general public. This complex OS in smartphones means that you can't really run CFD on your phone despite having superior hardware. Essentially, the software in your phone offsets the gains that have been made in hardware. And this is what Watt's law is about. It states that the software is getting slower faster than hardware is getting faster. This law calls on developers to create lean software that doesn't take away from gains made in hardware. Software developers should find ways to simplify complexity in their software because complexity is not the same thing as sophistication. Like they say, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Now, let's talk about the most recent laws of computation in technology. And surprisingly, there are about 8 areas. The creators of ChatGPT at OpenAI wrote this paper titled Scaling Laws. In this paper, they talk about the observations they made from the experience working with the language models. It's a really technical paper. I had to use an AI to analyze it. There's a lot of observations that they talk about, but we'll mention just one, the one with perhaps the most implication, and it's about the performance of large language models. The law states that the performance of language models improves as you increase model size, dataset size, and the amount of compute. This means that language models like ChatGPT can get smarter by simply scaling up the size of the model, using more training data, and increasing the amount of compute used in training. The architectures and algorithms matter less. To increase performance of language models, it's all about scaling up. This law means that we should expect a rapid improvement in AI models as AI tech companies double down on scaling. And we're already seeing this in the real world. NVIDIA, which is the leading designer of AI chips and GPUs, is now talking about building AI factories to accelerate AI development. It's insane, really. You should check out the presentation. Recently, a company called Anthropic AI also released the AI chatbot known as Cloudy AI. I have been using Cloudy and I can definitely say it's much better than ChatGPT. In fact, there's now consensus that the free version of Cloudy AI is much better than ChatGPT 4, which costs $20 a month. People are now kind of putting pressure on OpenAI to release their latest model, GPT-5, which is rumored to drop sometime this year. We're also looking forward to the public release of advanced video generation models like Sora. This rapid advancement of AI models is going to have a lot of applications as well as implications. New AI tools will reshape the job market and many other industries over the next decade. So, it's upon us to get ahead of this. Hii mambo ya AI na teknolojia inasema kwa kasi sana. Hivyo ni vyema tukijua inatupeleka mbio kiasi gani na inatupeleka wapi ndio tusiwache nyuma. Ndio maana hizi sherehe ni muhimu. Leo kulearn something new. Alafu AI inaitwaje kwa Kiswahili? Niambie hapo chini kwa comments. As always, future is electric. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. Cheer.